Announcing the commencement of the first purge.
I want you to change the world, and don't think that this is going to happen peacefully or you can do it alone. We need to kill the rich. You get out there, you use your weapons, and you rip Washington apart. You hunt down the billionaires, the bank bosses, the CEOs, the scumbags and the liars, the governors, the lobbyists, the senators, because they're all the same, and you hang them.
Just remember all the good the purge does.
And then just to the right in these trees, just on the left side of this fence, that's where this thing is.
This is a prison cell. Only kids are being held down here.
And they brought me into the camp and showed me the underground bunker. It was basically a giant plastic container with a hole only small enough for a child to crawl in and out of. And it was angled in such a way, and it was buried underground, that a small child that was in there could not have gotten out on their own.
They're having them slide up.
There's a child's vanity and a hospital toilet. That looks like a child's car seat. Strollers and children's toys and clothing and food packets and stuff like that. So clearly children had been kept here. All right, so with these straps. But one thing that was really disturbing was there were arm restraints, wrist restraints on two trees angled like this to where friends of mine that are investigators that do a lot of stuff on the border say, Craig, that's a rape tree. That looks exactly like wrist restraints for a rape tree. It doesn't look like anything else. This is clearly a disturbing and wrongful thing going on. It's inhumane. It's shocking and upsetting to any decent adult.
So this is a follow-up to yesterday's video about the child trafficking camp or bunker found there in Tucson, Arizona. It turns out that the land is owned by Cemex, a Mexican or Mexico-based building materials company, which has been contracted by the Clinton Global Initiative and a Clinton Foundation donor. So, why is this not surprising that they're connected to the Clintons? There are shocking reports and footage now coming out of Tucson, Arizona, where a homeless veteran advocacy group, Veterans on Patrol, has stumbled on what they are calling a child trafficking camp hidden inside the Arizona woods. This isn't going to be a long video because I've already done a video about this, but listen, they really should have sat on this story and watched that area. I mean, really watched it. They could have caught somebody with children, but instead they've chosen to go to the media with this information. And now, because the people who were doing this surely have been alerted to the fact their little, I don't even know what to call it, hell camp, rape dungeon, whatever you want to call it, has been found. It would have been a little bit more forward thinking to sit on the information and to maybe station someone to do recon on that area until somebody showed up. So that was a wasted opportunity, in my opinion. I mean, I understand that these guys probably meant well, but what they did didn't catch anybody. So, one of the volunteers for the group, Donnie Ward, says that there is no doubt that with the Veterans on Patrol organization located in a child trafficking camp, even pointing out various strollers, children's clothing and toys that were left behind in a nearby campsite close to the Santa Cruz River. Local media at NBC affiliate KVOA Channel 4 has alleged that these camps are potential abandoned homeless camps, but the veterans on patrol assured the media that they are indeed what seems to be an epicenter for child trafficking, possibly along a route which is used to camp during the transport of these children. In an interview with KVOA, Danny Ward speaks of restraint straps that the group found tied to nearby trees that they believe are used to prevent children from escaping their clutches. While this certainly could have been a homeless camp, some of the things that Ward points out warrant further investigation. InfoWars provides more information on Cemex and the land. A large portion of Cemex, stock is owned by Bronfman and Rothschild Wealth Advisors, a Rothschild wealth management firm with known ties to the Hollywood sex cult NXIVM through billionaire heiress Claire Bronfman. Jeez. Several hedge funds have recently bought and sold shares of the stock. Creative Planning boosted its stake in Cemex by 0.3% during the third quarter. And it gives a list of people or institutions that own shares. And Bronfman, E.L. Rothschild are among those people. Bronfman E.L. Rothschild LP now owns 11,014 shares of the construction company's stock, worth $100,000, after buying an additional 333 shares during the period. Interestingly, Tucson's mayor is Jonathan Rothschild, but it is unclear if he's related to the dynastic banking family. Furthermore, Sergeant Peter Dugan with the Tucson Police Department believes the camp is nothing more than that, a camp for the homeless. That just tells me that he's too lazy to investigate. I mean, come on. Come on. There's fucking restraint straps tied to trees. What else are they using it for? The little shelter thing, I'm not even sure what you want to call it. It's only big enough for children. However, VOP insists it is a sex trafficking site, and they are holding on to evidence in an attempt to not turn it over to local police they believe might engage in a cover-up in the matter, probably because the local police are helping them. Anybody that walks through that site will clearly know that sex trafficking. Veterans on Patrol spokeswoman Addie Rivera said, "That's children and women being abused. They have not been out here to collect any evidence, and we have them in our possession." So, Bonfman and the Rothschilds and the Clinton Foundation, what was it? The Clinton Global Initiative? Yeah. Clinton Global Initiative and Clinton Foundation donor. So, it shouldn't surprise any of us that the Clintons are somehow tied to this. And I bet if anyone were to really dig into this, they would find a rabbit hole that goes really, really deep. I hope you all have a good day. Remember, if you see anything and you get a gut feeling that something's wrong, and I'm talking about, a group of children with someone that they may not should be with, or something like that, you should act on that. Don't ignore it, because you might end up saving those children. Till next time, people, kill the state before the state kills you.